From NBC News, this is Today with Matt Lauer and Savannah Guthrie. Live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
Our friend and colleague Tom Brokaw is here to focus on an issue he cares deeply about, Alzheimer's disease. 1 in 9 people, 65 and older, has it. That's 5 million Americans, and the number is only expected to grow as the baby boom generation ages. One organization on the front lines is the Fisher Center at Rockefeller University. Their message of hope on display on this window outside our studio for the month of November, Alzheimer's Awareness Month. Howard Lutnick, chairman and CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald, leads the board at the Fisher Center. Dr. Marc Flajolet is researching the disease there, and Tom, of course, joins us as well. Good morning to all of you. Great to have you here. People read about this disease, Tom. They think they know everything about it until it affects them personally, and then they see a different side of it.
Yeah,
it happened to you.
As much as I was tuned into it, it was an abstract until it hit our family. A younger brother who was living in Denver, well away from the rest of the family, had some reverses in his personal and business life, and so we were not as connected to him as we probably should have been. My mother, at age 92, was beginning to fade, so we were gathering at her bedside. Bill would miss airplanes, and then he would tell stories when he got there, and we couldn't quite figure out what was going on. Our eldest daughter's a physician, and she figured it out, and she contrived a reason to go to Denver and get into a gerontologist. And he had onset of Alzheimer's, and then it went very quickly.
Howard, obviously the search for a cure is paramount, but I know at the Fisher Center you also work with supporting people who are living with the disease and people living with the people living with the disease.
So it goes two ways. You want to do core research, so eventually you can knock it out. And, Dr. Greengard, who founded the Fisher Center, won the Nobel Prize. So I had the honor of giving him the award and announcing it. It was amazing. It was amazing. So, and then we worry about the people who have to take care of them because it's so huge. I mean, $200 billion a year we spend on taking care of Alzheimer's patients. It's unbelievable.
Where does the search, doctor, for a cure and for the root cause stand right now?
Where the cost stands, so right now it's billions, and probably we are thinking that it will reach 2.3 trillion by 2050 if nothing changed.
What do we know about the root cause?
The root cause is really hard to guesstimate because most of the cost actually is coming from family support.
No, the cause of the disease.
The cause is still not entirely clear, but there are few ways that we are now sure that, for example, you probably heard about amyloid plaques that are in fact perturbating the way that neurons communicate inside the brain. And this is going slowly from short-term memory loss to much more dysfunctional brain.
It's a plaque that gets in between the cells of the brain, and like on your teeth, it's a plaque, and then they can't communicate, and you lose the ability to really get your thoughts around.
Do you feel, Tom, that in our lifetime there will be a cure for this disease?
Matt. It's a tough one. I mean, there's a lot of research going on, especially at Rockefeller University and around the country. But in the meantime, I think that families, when they get into the late 50s, mid-60s, have to sit down and assign roles. My daughter, Jennifer, feels very strongly about that. Too much of the caregiving is given up to the women who have a kind of a maternal instinct. They give up their jobs, they give up their lives, they sit at the bedside, do all that. So families have to start planning now and hope that it'll never come. But if it does, everybody knows what their role is. In our case, we had Bill in a distant city. We hired a very good advocate for him who could be there and give us an alert. And then we rotated family members through visitations with him. And it was heartbreaking, but in many ways, the last months of his life were in some ways some of the best months.
We should concentrate on this all the time, but we concentrated especially during November, which is National Alzheimer's Awareness Month. Guys, thank you. Appreciate it. Good luck, doctor.